Go. Yeah.
I wake up, flex, thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, just
wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
wreck.
But first I
Stretch.
Tell 'em run it up. I wake up,
Flex.
thumb down now.
Check.
No drip, just
wet.
Tell 'em run it up. No sleep, no
Rest.
Might crash, might
wreck.
But first I
Stretch.
Tell 'em run it up.
9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady.
Greetings. I am here. The other coaches are all tied up doing other things. They're doing other things. You know how they are. Bernard Brown, probably at Club Cheetah, something like that. The New Yorkers, they're doing their thing. You know, they're New York, and Julius Hall just being Julius Hall. He's just being Julius Hall. So this is Ebony Sports Reporters. Shigari, he comes when he wants to come, but then we're gonna do a little bit with you all right here because we know some of y'all need to see us and need to listen to some of these comments. Some of the coaches may join in, but we will see. But again, we're just gonna. I just got kicked out. I don't know how that happened. So that's what happened. I just got kicked out. I was stunned by that. So someone just kicked me out. I don't know if somebody did that from afar. But then again, this was again Ebony Sports Reporters, and we say that everyone share. Well, you know, we don't have the coaches here right now. But we wanted to get into some things. We wanted to share. We do our Ebony Sports Reporters Hall of Fame. And why do we do the Hall of Fame? The Hall of Fame is so we want to recognize athletes around us, local and also national, who have been pivotal in our lives or with regards to the lives of others. And again, this entertainment business that's called sports, because sports is a part of entertainment. And so I have to induct someone into the Ebony Sports Reporters Hall of Fame, and that is Wesley Benyard. Wesley Benyard went to Windsor Forest High School, was a stellar athlete at Windsor Forest High School. He won the Coca-Cola Golden Helmet Award, which was a big deal back then. And so again, it's now evolving to other things. And then also he played at Savannah State. Interesting thing that, again, we have to go and say that we give some credit to Benyard, to the Benyard family, because also I guess we need to induct all of them. Francine Benyard and Wesley Benyard Sr., because Wesley Benyard Jr. played at Savannah State, played football at Savannah State. But then also his mother, Francine, played at Savannah State also. She was one of the Lady Tigers. She was a Tigerettes. That was the women's basketball team back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And so later on in the 90s, they become the Lady Tigers. And so they won the national championship. So his mother's in the Hall of Fame at Savannah State, in the athletic Hall of Fame at Savannah State. His father, Wesley, again, Benyard, he also played at Savannah State football. And so what happened, he too is in the Hall of Fame at Savannah State. So that's the only husband and wife that's in the Hall of Fame at Savannah State University. And Wesley later, as I shared, went to play football at Savannah State, came in 1986. So he was a part of that freshman class with another Savannah State alum. That is Shannon Sharp. So he and Shannon were teammates together. So yes, he and Shannon were teammates together. Wesley passed away in May of this year right here. And so that's why I had to give some kudos to him, recognizing, because he was a great person, great athlete. And so now we throw some things out there to you. Tom Thibodeau did a full page ad in the New York Times thanking the folks in New York City for his time there as the coach of the New York Knicks, because he's no longer a coach of the Knicks. And so we had some questions and topics for some of the coaches, and some of the topics involved. Why is no one able to go? Why are the Knicks not allowed to talk to other coaches? They went to Jason Kidd. Dallas shut that down. So they went on to other teams too. But then those other teams also went and shut it down. So why? What's going on with that? So we want to have those New Yorkers to bring that up and discuss that right there. So that's what we're trying to figure it all out. But then the Knicks still searching for a coach. Coach Tisha has indicated, and we were going to put that out there for them, that Mark Jackson is still there. So I'm going to say, anyone else? Mark Jackson, anyone? Mark Jackson, anyone? Former Knick player and also Pacer player. So, hey, Mark Jackson is someone that they might need to be considering if it's not already out there. Well, can he? And also, we need to ask a question: can he get along with the Dolans? Can he get along with the Dolans? So, hey, we'll see. Still waiting to see. And everything is wonderful in Pittsburgh right now. Everything in Pittsburgh is wonderful right now. It is wonderful in Pittsburgh with regards to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers now will be playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so, again, everyone, they say they have a marriage that is wonderful. A wonderful marriage is coming about, and they're just going to go with it, and they're going to take it from there. So Aaron Rodgers. So we're going to be on the lookout and see what happened with regards to the Steelers and also Aaron Rodgers. Can he help take Mike Tomlin and the Steelers to that next level, as they've been basically on that cusp with regards to it? Because, again, they won a Super Bowl back inside Steel City and Steel Town. So that's, again, Pittsburgh going to be looking out for that in the upcoming season in the NFL. A double zero? No, not a double zero. It's like 9 zeros for the number zero, and that is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook has gotten an offer with regards to $150 million that's playing in Europe. $150 million to play in Europe for 3 years. So that's being $50 million per year. So what do you think Russ going to do? What do you think Russ going to do? You think Russ going to take that or what? So what's going on with that? So $150 million. So again, other athletes who are playing overseas right now, not necessarily overseas, this athlete is actually still playing a part of the United States, but it's part of the territories of the United States, Commonwealth. That is Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, they have their basketball league there too, professional basketball league. And Boogie Cousins. He was playing. Boogie has now been suspended or expelled out of the league because of a fight that ensued between him and one of the fans, and then also other allegations of him confronting people too. So Boogie Cousins and his teammates try to hold him back. He has now been kicked out of the league. Coach Bernard Brown had a thought with regards to that. What's going on with Boogie with regards to his behavior? What's happening? So Boogie Cousins. We need to find out what's going on with that. What's happening with regards to Boogie Cousins. Now, we also now come down to this too. Will Julius win his bet? That was the topic too. Will Julius finally win his bet? Will Coach Julius Hall finally win his bet? Will he win his bet? How you doing, Gianna? Glad to have you. Glad to have you all. So, is he going to win his bet? And the bet is tied to OKC and the Pacers. Last night, the Pacers won. Julius Hall said that the Pacers are the one who got that killer spirit, and so they will take it. Coach Bernard Brown says, no, that is going to be OKC. So we're waiting to see about that. Will he finally win his bet? That's what I'm interested in, because he's bet before and has lost, and will try to be slow about paying up on the bet. So he and Coach Bernard Brown got a bet. So we'll see what happened with regards to that. So what happened? What transpired with regards to OKC not winning there in Indiana? Some may say that's a part of the pattern. Some may say the championship will be decided in the 6 games, because you can say it's going to be 6 games. Some like saying it's not going to go to 7, but it's going to go to 6. And that 6th game, that's what decide who won the championship. So again, we all are waiting to see what's going to happen. So we got some other things happening inside here too in this office. So I don't know, initially kicked me out. Now there's some other sounds that are happening right here in the haunted JLQ, the Justice League headquarters. That's Hot 2100 Savannah. And we move on. Coco Gauff. She won the French Open. But more attention has been put on her opponent with regards to that, who said something. I'm not going to call her name because, again, it's basically stealing the thunder from Coco with regards to that, winning the French Open. Major feat for her, major championship for her. She won. But then guess what? You had an individual not going to say because she did not play well, she made mistakes. That's why she won. Ain't that what's supposed to happen? Don't we talk about that? Is that not what happens when you are coaching and all that, and when you are playing? When you don't execute, of course people will win. If you make mistakes, people will win. People will score points, of course. So that was kind of ludicrous for someone to go and say something like that. So, but that's what we're dealing with. And so we are, again, that's the topic that we were going to bring up and see how they feel about that. And so put it on out there to you. And so you not throw out your comments also with regards to that. And so we now go on to this right here. KD, Kevin Durant, KD. Where will he be? KD, where will he be? KD, where will he be? So again, Phoenix and Kevin's agent, they are basically business partners, managers. They're saying, hey, we are all looking at this right now, and that we want to find a destination for him to go to play. And one of the destinations has been Houston. Another one going to New York. Of course, you know the Knicks fans will love that. But so again, where will KD wind up being in this upcoming NBA season? It will be interesting with regards to that. And also what occurs is that Nick Chubb has been signed by the Texans. Do you think, that was the question we're going to put out the vote, do you think Nick Chubb will be a benefit to the Texans? So again, that's some things we need to be looking at in this upcoming NFL season. Then also now, some are not saying that Shohei Ohtani and also Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani, that they're saying that they are like the Bird and Magic of the NBA comparison in Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, they're saying Shohei, Aaron are like Bird and Magic. We know that Magic is part owner of the Dodgers, but do you really think that's the case? Do you really think so? Do you really think that Shohei, Aaron, compared to Magic and Bird in the NBA for the Major League Baseball? That remains to be seen. Now we're going to throw it out to some of the coaches for them to now give their thoughts and ideas with regards to that. So we move on. And we move on with regards to hockey, Stanley Cup. Coach Drews Hall, of course, he's not a fan of that. So he'll say, go on, or that he would prefer to see paint dry. That's what he would prefer to do that right there. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a break because, again, this is Ebony Sports Reporters. And, again, Gianna, glad to have you watching. Gianna, glad to have you watching and supporting us. And this is Ebony Sports Reporters with your host, Jamal Teray. The coaches all are doing other things. And so we just want to take this break and we'll be right back. Again, this is Ebony Sports Reporters. And we say share. Oh, well, we don't have the coaches here. So, but again, we can at least go put some stuff out there. And that's what we're going to do right now.
Hello, world. We're here serving Savannah, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and the world. The best music all the time. The greatest songs ever made, every time. Tune in to Hot 2100 Savannah and get a taste for your ears. Hot 2100 Savannah, serving Savannah and the world.
Gotta go to court in the morning for a plea. What you gotta pay to get, I hit that for free. And when I'm in the streets, yeah, I gotta tote that heat. It's hard for you to touch it, cause I stay up out of reach. Talking about ends dirty, I'ma make 'em meet. I've been down too long, I be damn if found.
Hey, Fort Wentworth, Savannah, Georgia, surrounding counties. I don't know if y'all know, but y'all got a good man that's trying to do good things for y'all city. Mr. Rufus Bright. Y'all need to go ahead and re-elect him because he's already been in office. But I don't know if y'all know all the good things and wonderful things he's been doing for the city. I don't know if y'all know who I am, but I'm Big Brother Dre. This is the Fan First production. You know what I mean? I want to let y'all know that this has been brought to you by the committee to elect Rufus Bright for City Council of Fort Wentworth, Savannah, Georgia. But y'all need to tap in and tune in. You know what I mean? And keep following him and vote for him. Get out to those polls. You know what I'm saying? Get ready. You know what I mean? Don't hold back. Don't sit there and waste no time. Run to them polls and make sure you go and run and vote for Mr. Rufus Bright.
Vote for Rufus Bright. Vote for Rufus Bright. Vote for Rufus Bright. Vote for Rufus Bright. You want to see some brighter days? Vote for Rufus Bright. You want somebody who knows the way? Vote for Rufus Bright.
We are back. This is Ebony Sports Reporters, and the coaches are on hiatus right now. Coach Julius Hall playing tiddlywink somewhere. The New Yorkers are New York, and Coach Bernard Brown is at Cheetahs. So we say support all of our supporters. Davis Johnson Bozeman Law Firm offices in Savannah, Atlanta, and Statesboro. One Price Cleaners located in the Farmers Market in Garden City on Highway 80. Shell Food and Gas. Don't ride by, stop by. Kim's Cafe, 714 MLK Jr. Boulevard. And we're back. And so another topic I'll put out there to you. Flau'jae Johnson and Angel Reese are no longer friends based on the drama that happened the last year with them. And so again, but Flau'jae indicate that they're not friends like they used to be when they won a championship for LSU. So again, we hope that that they could build patch this up, you know, bring some closure to this, that they can come back and have a wonderful relationship. That's what we're going to look at. That's what we want to see. Again, a wonderful relationship. Something else, rivalries. What are some rivalries that are out there? Some of the great rivalries out there, you know, it could be the team, again, franchises, or it could be persons, you know, individuals, you know, the rivalry, the game within the game that goes on, you know, with regards to Howard Jordan and Reggie Miller. Again, the game within the game. And so rivalries, so we look at what are some of the upcoming rivalries that we see that's happening right now? We have upcoming rivalries that are happening right now that you see. Again, they don't have to be going on right now, but you can manifest and understand some things. So, you know, so hey, that's what we want to look at. Or at least that's what we're going to talk about. So when we have our next show, you'll be right there, and we will now find out from the coaches what they see. What do they see on the horizon with rivalries, and what are some of the rivalries that have existed that they thought or that exist right now between athletes or franchises? Yeah, and that's what we're doing, Ebony Sports Reporters. And unfortunately, the AD at FAMU, she was indicted on charges with regards to some fraud in her previous employment. Her previous employment was basically about bringing sports and maintaining sports venues in the state of Florida, sporting events in the state of Florida. And so that there have been some discrepancies that have been alleged against her. Again, that she's been alleged to have committed a crime. So that's why now she go before the body. And so people said that she's done an excellent job at FAMU and has been a part of FAMU uplifting, you know, the forward movement of FAMU to bring in. They will hope to have that stability there because she has represented herself well with regard to that. So, but we're going to wait and see and play that and how all this plays out. So again, this is Ebony Sports Reporters. The coaches are not here, but those are some of the topics that we're going to be throwing out that we'll be exploring when we come back again, live with all of the coaches. And so, but we thank all of you for checking us out. But we want, at least because we appreciate all of you. We appreciate you all taking time out of your day to sit down and check us out on Ebony Sports Reporters on Our Black Media, and also checking out all the other shows on Our Black Media. We support you all. Thank you all. We love your support. We support your endeavors. We're putting it out there and acknowledge you all because we want you all to understand that, hey, by you contacting us, we want to say something. We want to give you that shout out. We want to support you with regards to recognizing us. So again, we appreciate y'all. And so we'll be signing out, not to believe, because we'll let y'all go enjoy yourselves. But again, we want to do some of this because, again, out of respect for our people who support us. And again, those financial supporters when we take the breaks, but then those people who check out our shows and give us the love. And so that's why we appreciate the love that you all show us. And so I'll be signing out right now, but check us out again. Check out all our shows on Our Black Media. And we'll see you all. Peace and blessings. Well, now I was closing the show down, but now Coach Fritz comes in. So, Coach Fritz,
I'm sitting there going, I did say I was going to be late. I apologize. You know, like you, yard work. You know what I'm saying? Plant and all that stuff. I got a little sidetrack on the time.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? I see he's wearing his Jenkins Warriors shirt.
Yeah, you know, and so, you know, because the coaches weren't here, so I was just giving some stuff. So since you're here, Coach, we were doing the Hall of Fame again. Anybody you want to induct in the Hall of Fame, in the Ebony Sports Reporters Hall of Fame? Anybody you want to induct in the Hall of Fame?
That's part of Ebony Sports Reporters.
Yeah, Ebony Sports Reporter. Oh no, anybody, because we do this. You know, anybody that you know, somebody that's out there in the world.
Give me a minute. I had it in my hand too. David Wright of the Mets, I believe, should be in the Hall of Fame for baseball. Hall of Fame. I mean, football.
Well, now we saying and out that you gonna put them in our Hall of Fame, because we saying those unsung. Because again,
unsung.
Yeah, again, you know, people who you know who will ride around you.
Coach Studs, unsung. He was part of our group, but he had to coach a bunch of high school kids and college kids to get them prepared for the next level. So I know what he's doing, so I show him a lot of love. Yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
He's a leader of men. So he's leading the young kids to be men.
All right. Glad to have you tuning in, Rachel. Glad to have you in, Louisa. Glad to have you, Tanya. Glad to have you also, you know, tuning in too, and Sharon also. And so now what we were saying, Coach Fritz, you know, there's some people who you know that other people out there don't know in the world. So I'm like saying that's what we want to do. We want to, like, I had talking about Wesley Benyard. Wesley Benyard played at Savannah State, and he just recently passed away. And I was like saying, because that's what it's about. Because I know you got some people up there, Brooklyn side, you know, Bed-Stuy, Crown Heights, all that. You know, I know some people you know around who.
Yeah, there's some people that I played with that don't get the recognition.
Yeah, that's what Hall of Fame is about. That's what
His name is Tim, but we call him Vez. Thank you for training me. You did a great job training me. You got me back in basketball shape. You had me like work on my game a little bit. So I have to give you a shout out. All the people that run the Rise out here in Queens, shout out. The Beacon, shout out. Y'all doing things for y'all keeping the kids. What they do is on Saturdays, they bring the kids in, they play basketball, they learn something, and we go from there. So those are the people that are unsung heroes for me and Hall of Fame. Rest in peace to my man Jermaine. He gave up his time for the kids on Saturday afternoon. You know, he'll kick us out. You know, the adults had it from 9 to 12. 12 o'clock to 3 is the kids. So, you know, they kick us out. But he ran that. God rest in peace, my man Jermaine. He was all that, you know what I'm saying? So he got caught out. He passed away during the pandemic. So those are the people that's unsung heroes, the people that run the Rise tournament, the people that do the after school programs with the kids and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I never got a chance to do that because of my conflicting work schedule. But yeah, the kids are I see some of my unsung heroes doing that with the kids. Oh yeah, another guy is
Absolutely.
named Cap. Sean Shaka Rod. I'm giving a shout out to Cap. He was a very, very, very cool dude, and he always gave me props. You know what I'm saying? So cool.
And that's what this is about. When we got Ebony Sports Reporters Hall of Fame, that's what, again, those people who've had an impact in your life or in the lives of others. And so again, because again, that's what, and I tell folks in my own mind as I thought about this, that imagine what would happen if we were able to send the clip of me discussing Wesley and saying that he's in the Ebony Sports Reporters Hall of Fame. Guess what? Then that's something that his family has because his brother just recently passed. And so that's why I'm like saying, hey, that's what it is about. And so we want to recognize those unsung. So now, Coach Fritz, I told everyone, because I ran down what the topics were to everyone out there before you came on. And I said that the New Yorkers, what's going on with New York that no owners will allow them to talk to their coaches? What's going on with that, Coach Fritz? What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's only with the Knicks because the coaches do talk for when it comes to the Mets, they do talk to the owners. The coach and the owner have a good relationship. That's why the Mets is in the position that they are now.
No, what it is that they that just like Dallas Mavericks will not allow the Knicks to talk to Jason Kidd. And so what has happened that you've had a series of teams that the Knicks have wanted to talk to their coaches, but they got shut down by the ownership. Bam! No, you're not talking. What's going on there? Why nobody? Well, what's up with that? What's up with that?
That could be, all the owners have a meeting, during the off season. So that could be a lot of owners don't respect or like James Dolan. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that's your peers. They're not even giving you a chance to help you out. You know what I'm saying? So those are your peers. If you shady with them and you need help, they're not going to give you help. You know what I'm saying? So everybody always talk about the ownership for the Knicks with the James Dolan. James, sell the team the Magic. Sell the team the Magic.
Okay.
He came on ESPN. He came on First Take. He was talking about he'd be first in line if you sell the Knicks. Make it happen. You can get your money, bounce out. You could still keep the Rangers. Let Magic get the.
Okay. Well, hey, you all have heard it. Coach Fritz is giving some insight with regard to that. So now come down to Mark Jackson. What about that one? What about Mark Jackson being a possible coach? Because Mark is out there.
Hopefully they're smart enough to give Mark Jackson the job. When they wanted him to be a sports, I hope they're not don't take it personal with him, because when they wanted him to be a sportscaster for the Madison Square Garden, but he couldn't do it at the time because I guess he was going through a divorce or whatever he was going through. He was in California. So now that situation is over, he sold his house in California. It's a good way for him to come back to New York. And, Rick Pitino already endorsed him, saying the Knicks should get him. The only problem I have with the Knicks is Tom Thibodeau got you to every place in the he got you the first round, he got you the second round, he got you the conference finals. The next thing that was left was the finals. If we lost the finals the next year, he'll get us the chip. Y'all couldn't wait. You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't wait. That's bad on the ownership and the management. You know what I'm saying? That's my take. Mark Jackson there's other coaches out there. You got Mark Jackson, Mike Brown, Mike Malone. You got coaches that are established. Mark Jackson was getting established. He created the team. Steve Kerr just took over and got the credit for it.
Yes. So, all right. So now we come to this right here. And let me do this right here. Let's see.
Let me clarify before somebody come for us. The first championship that Steve Kerr won, that was Mark Jackson that put that team together. Everything else, I give it to Steve Kerr. After that, the other three, I give to Steve Kerr. But the first one, Mark Jackson had that team ready to go.
Okay. So we come to this right here. It's about Coach Bernard Brown and Coach Julius Hall. It comes down to, do you think Julius will finally win? Do you think Julius will finally win a bet? Do you think, or would you think Bernard would be best? You think Bernard would get, or what you think?
Bernard is the best. I like Julius, but Bernard would be best.
I accidentally hit Coach Bernard Brown. Wow. Oh, I apologize, Coach Fritz. Go ahead. Will Juju finally win? Will Juju finally win the bet?
Nah, it'd be Bernard Brown.
No, that was saying, will he finally win? Because the two of you all have a bet. That's why I had told people earlier. So I just accidentally hit you. But yeah, so Coach Fritz about to let it be known whether he's going to Juju will finally win the bet.
Juju's not winning the bet. Juju's not winning the bet.
2-1. That don't mean shit. They needed to win that. It's going to be 2-1, and tomorrow it's going to be 2-2. So trust me, it's going to go down as coaching adjustment. Like I told my daughter last night, I said this game and this series going to be who's going to out-coach who and who's going to make the right adjustment, period. Because both of them got talented players.
Okay. All right. So, so when Juju lose, we'll make sure he hold up his end to the bet, because Juju tries to like slip out of his bets, just like he did with the Nets, with the Knicks. I mean, with the Jets. I'm like, all New York. But yeah, so okay, but that's all. That's all. I accidentally dialed you. So yeah, Coach Bernard Brown, have a safe trip at going to Cheetahs. He's going to Cheetahs. He traveled.
I'll be honest, man. I just told my baby friend, my baby girl.
You're on the air. You're live. Just let you know that, because
No, I'm telling you. I say I can't wait to get to Savannah, Georgia. I can't wait to get to Savannah, Georgia to see y'all. And George might well go ahead and have a case waiting on me anyway. And that's the bottom line. So y'all live?
Yeah, we live. Yeah, everybody. I already told people that you went to Club Cheetahs. I'm like,
hey. So y'all live?
Yes, we're live. Yes, Fritz is right here.
Color.
And in living color. Yes, Yes.
Oh, okay. And Ebony sports reporter, first lady, she's on there.
No, she's not.
No, she's on assignment.
She's on assignment. It's just Fritz and I.
Man, I ain't never seen nobody be on assignment as much as she be on a damn assignment.
But you see, she comes up with the stuff for the the clips and everything that we need.
Since I'm live, we might as well go ahead. You know what? We might as well go ahead and do the show, and you ain't got to see me, but I can still talk shit.
Oh Lord. Okay. Oh Jesus. Okay. So okay, Coach Bernard Brown, will Juju finally win a bet?
Juju ain't gonna win shit. Trust me. I'm just being real. He ain't gonna. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you right now. Let me give you heads up. I got that Hennessy in me.
Oh Lord.
So,
Everybody, America, the world, globally. The opinions of Bernard Brown is not the opinion of Ebony Sports Reporters.
Yes, so he did the disclaimer. So now we count down to this. So you already put out. So Coach Fritz, what must OKC do to win? What must they do?
Coaching adjustment, play defense, and stop worrying about getting. They got to play physical. If they being physical with you, the only way to beat that, stop whining, be physical with them. Because the people that throw the bows, when you return it, sometimes they can't take it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So now we come to this topic right here. Russell Westbrook has been offered $150 million to play in Europe for 3 years. 150 for 3 years. What's your thoughts on that, Coach Bernard Brown?
He'll be a damn fool if he don't take it. $150 million to go overseas, because he really ain't doing too much in the NBA. How many teams he done went through in the past, to be honest, in the past, 5 years, he done went to about 7 or 8 teams so far. He's losing money in the NBA. If they're offering him $150 million to go overseas, he'll be a damn fool not to take it. You know, don't get me wrong, the brother can still play, but I think right now, the NBA, he done outweighed his welcome in the NBA and every NBA team he went to. So his best bet is to go over there on a serious note.
Okay. So, Coach Fritz.
I agree with Coach Bernard Brown. $150 million tax-free, and wherever he goes, you see what they did for Stephon Marbury. They got a statue for him. He don't even want to come back to the United States. He just came because of the Knicks. The Dolans must have offered him something to make it look like, kumbaya. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think I would take the 150. Go overseas for 3 years. You could win a chip, and then on top of that, you'll be beloved over there. You know what I'm saying? They'll look at you in a different stratosphere. They put them in a different stratosphere. You know?
Okay. All right. So we now come to this. Coach Fritz. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers say that they have a love fest going on. Coach Fritz.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be 42 years old. I don't know what kind of love fest that they got going on. I just pray that Aaron Rodgers do well with the Steelers and win some games so that Tom Coughlin don't get fired. You know what I'm saying? Because he has done it with messed up quarterbacks, quarterbacks that was past their time, quarterbacks that never even panned out, and he still make it to the playoffs. So that's a testament to Tom Coughlin. You know what I'm saying? He is the man. That's it.
All right, Coach Bernard Brown. So the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers got a love fest going on.
Man, bullshit. Straight up, ain't no love fest. I'm done with Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm done with Michael Tomlin. I'm done with them because at the end of the day, they cater to this man that don't have anything left in the tank. Don't have nothing whatsoever. And I guarantee you, the words about to come out my mouth is affiliated with Bernard Brown, not Ebony sports reporter. If Aaron Rodgers looked like me, trust me, my career would be totally over. At the end of the day, I'm tired of him. I wish he'd go back, get back into politics. That's what he want to be. Pittsburgh gonna still be Pittsburgh. Sorry as shit. Trust me. They one of the toughest vision they in. Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna help them. They got to get through Cleveland. They got to get through Cincinnati. They got to get through Houston. They got so many people they got to get through, man. They're gonna have to call Donald Trump to send them a executive order.
Baltimore.
Yeah, and Coach Fritz, you're going to say Baltimore. So, yeah.
And Baltimore, that's right, in Baltimore.
So, since you said that, the Texans have now gotten Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb going to be at the Texans. Coach Bernard Brown, what's your feelings on that? No longer in Cleveland, but now in Texas.
Let me tell you, man, I love what Houston doing. They got a great quarterback. They got a great coach. Chubb is going to be absolutely. That's the only thing that they like of was the running game. Now they got a running game. Person look like me. They got a coach. Person look like me. They got one of the best quarterback look like me. Should I say anymore?
Okay. All right. So Coach Fritz.
I give Houston a lot of credit. If Chubb could do the production. If he could bring his production, because I know the type of running back he is. Cleveland was not helping him out, but could you imagine with D'Amico Ryan and the coach coaching him very well, that coaching staff? You know, they got a great coaching staff. As a matter of fact, the quarterback, he's coming off that, you know, the second year they always hit the wall. So this is his third year, so I figure he's going to hit the ground running. He got wide receivers, so he's going to be, that team is going to be a problem. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers is ready for that team. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so.
All right. Okay. So, Coach Bernard Brown, you weren't on, but we have to go back to you on this right here. Mark Jackson, the Knicks are not able to talk to any coaches at all. Everybody's been shutting them down. And so, but Mark Jackson is out there. What's your thoughts about Mark Jackson possibly being the coach of the New York Knicks?
Hey, you know, to be honest, like I told y'all earlier, Mark Jackson and Kenny Smith will be the only two, and the guy from Houston. I don't know if they're going to be able to get him from there, but those are the only three candidates that I see that New York should get. The bottom line. And you know what? I don't know what the hell is going on. Why they rolling Mark Jackson in the NBA? I think it's more of his political religion.
Yeah,
you know,
religious.
Some shit. But at the end of the day, I think they need to let that go. Everybody have their own religion or what they believe in. You know what I'm saying? So he was a hell of a coach. He revamped, trust me when I'm about to say this, he revamped Golden State. The first title that Golden State won, that was Mark Jackson team. That wasn't Steve Kerr team or Steve, whatever his name is. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. What I said.
Coach Fritz, just the Bernard Brown finish. That Coach Bernard Brown finish. Coach Fritz, now you can go ahead and say what you said, Coach Fritz. Wow, you getting like Tisha, Coach Tisha.
Bernard Brown, great minds think alike, because I said that already. I said the first championship was Mark Jackson's championship, because he put that team together.
Absolutely. And then, you know what? Even Steph Curry said it. You know. So, like I said, man, they need to list whatever's going on or whatever beef that they have with him. They need to let that shit go, man. And you seen him when he was at the Indiana Pacers game last night. You know, let it go, man, and let that man do what he need to do. I think if he go to New York right now, if he go to New York right now, Kevin Durant is coming to New York.
Well, Coach Bernard Brown, can you hold up? So I guess we'll go ahead and jump into that right now. KD and his representative, his business partner, and the Phoenix Suns have said they are now looking for a trade. They're looking for a trade, and one of the spots is Houston. Another spot is what we know as the New York Knicks. So what's your thoughts on that, since Coach Bernard Brown, since you jumped on it like that, with regard to KD? What's his next destination?
The New York Knicks. All he got to do is get on the train, and he'll go from New York to Maryland, where he comes from. And it's perfect fit. He can't go nowhere else but New York, man. He can't go nowhere else but New York, and I think it'd be a great fit. I think him and Mark Jackson, trust me, with that combination right there, the Knicks can win the championship. They lost not getting there because of the coach. Weighing no players out.
Yep.
All right, Coach Fritz.
I agree. Kevin Durant will be a great look for New York. A great look for the Knicks. He could score. And he plays differently. Then you use your bench. Give everybody rest time so they'll be ready for the playoff. Thibodeau was killing them. And I understand the Knicks have a curse, I would say, or you know, they have a lead in the fourth quarter, they'll lose it and then lose the game. This Thibodeau is like, yo, I'm not doing that. And you know, there's some games that he kept his starters in way longer than he was supposed to. Way longer than he was supposed to. You have a bench for that. But you don't trust the bench. And you know, we up by 20, we let the bench get in, we up by 20, and then now we down, we up by 10. Oh yeah, we gotta try to win. Time out, put everybody back in.
Okay. All right. So now we come to this right here. Scottie Pippen says that many Americans have lost jobs to the Europeans because of how they play, how they perform on the court, how they shoot. Now, Shigari, I know he get upset about that, but again, so when it comes to shooting, the Europeans are better. So, Coach Fritz, what's your thoughts on what Scottie Pippen said?
Now, he's speaking on facts. You got to understand the Europeans are all about fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? Us, we're more or less about the showing that I'm the man, no team effort, no fundamentals. Their fundamentals go out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No.
All right. So, Coach Bernard Brown, you finished, Coach Fritz? Or you?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Oh, okay. Coach Bernard Brown, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen need to shut the hell up. Yeah. At the end of the day.
I'm at my house.
Serious note,
All right. I thought you was
that's all they do over
on Institution's house. All right.
there.
Yeah. How far along are you?
4 years old, that's what they learn. And when they get 16, they already, matter of fact, not only that, when they get 15, they're already playing pro basketball over there. So yes, their skill is polished up better than, you know, the American skill, because the American people, all they want to do is either get behind the 3-point line. They think they can slam and jump and all that. They need to polish their skills up. And y'all know something? The guy that won the NBA MVP this year, he was the first American in maybe about 5 years? In 5 years, he's the first in 5 years. The rest of them was Europeans. So in a way, I kind of disagree and agree with Scottie Pippen, but at the end of the day, they catching up. The European is catching up, and you got to give thanks to David Stern, one of the greatest NBA commissioner that ever lived, to make what they got going on now. So I think if the NBA commissioner right now can just take some tool and take some learning for David Stern, we wouldn't have Ant-Man being the way he is. We wouldn't have Jock being the way he is. We wouldn't have those brothers in trouble, because he would have set them down and said, look here, you got 1 foot in the NBA and 1 foot home. And that's just flat out true. But have you ever heard any bad things about the Europeans when they came in the NBA? Absolutely nothing. Only bad thing you heard was when they traded your boy to the LA Lakers and said he was out of shape. And that's it. That's the only bad thing they can say about him, that he's out of shape.
Okay. All right. Well, what's going to happen, Coach Bernard Brown, Coach Fritz, we are going to end the show. We're going to end the show. We will see some of y'all at the Hot 2100 grand opening on Saturday, June 14th at 2 p.m. And so again, but we're glad to have you all checking us out. So we should check out all our shows on our Black Media and check out hot2100savannah.com. So we signing out. We see y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Love y'all.
All right.